15-year-old migrant boy has walked away from a care center in Texas. Police still looking for him at this hour. Officials at the facility say they cannot stop kids if they decide to leave. Joining us now, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. The left they're going to have a go at you. They're going to say, you're not being responsible, you're not taking care of these kids. You can't win, can you?
No, this is the law. I mean, these kids, after a certain period of time, are free to go where they want to. So there's nothing these detention centers can do or that these facilities can do to keep the kids from leaving. Look, this is a 15-year-old kid. He's a teenager. He can make his own decision. And we know that teenagers sometimes don't make the right decisions.
So you've got to keep them for a certain length of time. How many days do you have to keep them?
So there's a 20-day period, and after that 20-day period, this was negotiated by the Clinton administration back in 1997. This is what has created this whole separation issue, is this consent decree that was negotiated by the Clinton administration only allows 20 days, and after that, they're free.
So for 20 days, they've got to be kept in, which implies fences, which means, to the left, cages. Again, you can't win.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, as much as the Trump administration is trying to do the best they can with the law that they've been given, you know, it's the hand they've been dealt, and they're trying to handle it the best they can.
What do you make of the president saying, just send them right back at the border, no judges, no long hearings, just they arrive, you send them right back again? Are you allowed to do that?
Yeah, if they're within 100 miles of the border and it's done within 14 days, yeah, you can do that. And I think it's a good idea because obviously we have a hard enough time keeping up with going through these processes and keeping these people in places that are safe and comfortable. So if you can send them back immediately, why not do it?
But can you do that? I mean, the left is saying no due process. I mean, the president is abrogating due process. They're entitled to a judge. They're entitled to a hearing. Are they?
No, the rules are, as I said, 100 miles from the border, 14 days. After that period of time, then the law says that they have to have some type of hearing process. But if you can do it immediately and within a certain distance of the border, you can do exactly what the president is suggesting.
We're told that thousands of people are coming to the border. What are we going to do?
It's a frustrating issue, and that's part of the reason I think that we need to push forward on building a wall in the places that it will help. It certainly helped in El Paso. We changed what happened down there years ago under the Bush administration, and there's certainly more border agents, allowing them to do their jobs and using technology where technology will be helpful.
You could, I mean, if there are enough of them, enough people trying to get across that, you could be overrun. I don't mean to be alarmist here, but that's not out of the question, is it?
No, there's no doubt that's probably something the president is extremely concerned about, because at some point the resources that we have down there are not enough, and we don't even have enough border agents now. So we're already experiencing that to some degree, and if there's more people coming, it's going to be more difficult for us to stop a massive amount of people from crossing the border.
Department of Homeland Security workers are being warned that their personal safety may be at risk because of the backlash over what's happening at the border. Have we come to that?
You know, this is horrible. We've got that going on. We have the threats against, you know, Pam Bondi in Florida, and I talked to her yesterday about what she had to go through, and, you know, being screamed at as she came out of the movie theater with her boyfriend and being blocked in her car. Then, you know, what happened in Lexington, Virginia with Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and then, of course, Kirstjen Nielsen. You know, we've had hate groups before in America. We've gotten through it. This, to me, feels just like a hate group that is intolerant of anybody having a different opinion or something they disagree with.
It's not going to stop, though, is it, Ken?
No, unfortunately, there are people like this. You know, there have always been people like this that can't stand if there are people that disagree with them. And so not only are they angry themselves, but they have to take the anger out on other people. And obviously, we've seen that over the weekend.
Well, I hated to say it, but at the top of the hour, I editorialized on this. And my conclusion was that the way things are going, somebody is going to get hurt. Again, I hate to say something like that, but I think I'm onto something. What say you?
No, I'm concerned as well. I mean, just the level that they've already gone to, and this has to be some type of organized effort. The fact that it happened to 3 women and that they're verbally assaulting women, and women that have, you know, a big role to play in our country, and so where does it stop? You can definitely see the possibility that these people might cross the line beyond even that.
Yeah. Attorney General of the great state of Texas, Ken Paxton, thank you for joining us, sir. We always appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Hey, have a great day.
Sure thing.